Good morning, dear students. Hope you all are fine. We are reading first chapter of chemistry, that is matter in our surroundings. In the last video, we have started the topic characteristics of particles of matter, and we have read the first characteristic, that is the particles of matter are very small. Now we will read second characteristic, that is the particles of matter have spaces between them. To show that the particles of matter have spaces between them, we need 100 ml of water. We need 100 ml of water. Along with water, we also need 50 grams of sugar. We need 50 grams of sugar. What we will do, we will mark the initial level of water in beaker. Suppose this is the initial level of water in the beaker. We will mark here using a marker. Now we will dissolve 50 grams of sugar in it. We will add 50 grams of sugar. We will dissolve the sugar by stirring it with a glass rod. By stirring it with glass rod, using glass rod. When the sugar will dissolve completely, we will get sugar solution. We will get sugar solution. Now, we will observe that when we dissolve 50 grams of sugar in water, there is no change in the volume of water. There is no change in the volume of water, which shows that the volume of water does not increase, which shows that volume of water does not increase even after dissolving 50 grams of sugar in it. Even we dissolve 50 grams of sugar in 100 ml of water, still there is no change in the volume of water. Means the initial level of water and the level of sugar solution will be same. It will be same. It will be same. Now this can be explained by assuming that the particles of water have spaces between them. We will assume that by assuming the particles of water, have spaces between them. And water have spaces between them. Now what happens when sugar is dissolved in water? When the sugar is dissolved in water, the particles of sugar, they break from its crystal. The particles of sugar breaks from its crystals. And they goes into the spaces. That is available between the particles of water. Suppose these black dots are the particles of water. They are the particles of water. These are the particles of water. Now what will happen when we will dissolve sugar in water? So the particles of sugar will break from its crystals and they will occupy the space. They will occupy the space that is available between the particles of water. They will occupy the space that is available between the particles of water. That is why there is no change in volume. That is why there is no change in volume. There is no change in volume. So this tells us that the particles of water are having spaces between them. They are having spaces between them and they are not tightly packed. They are not tightly packed. Tightly packed. They are somewhat loose. They are loose. Now we will start our third characteristic, that is the particles of matter are constantly moving. The particles of matter are constantly moving. The evidences for the constant motion of particles of matter comes from diffusion and Brownian motion. It comes from diffusion and Brownian motion. Let us understand these two terms. What is diffusion? Diffusion means the mixing of particles. It means mixing of particles. Mixing of particles of one substance with another. Mixing of particles of one substance with another. Due to the motion of their particles. Due to the motion of their particles. Of their particles. Now next is Brownian motion. Next is Brownian motion. Brownian motion means the zigzag motion. The zigzag motion. Zigzag motion of small particles. Of small particles that are suspended in liquid or gases. That are suspended in liquid or gases. It is called motion. Brownian motion is a zigzag motion or the random or disordered motion of small particles that are suspended in liquid or gases. Like when the sunlight enters a room through a window. When the sunlight enters a room through a window. So we can see the random or disordered movement of particles of dust. We can see the disordered or random motion of particles of dust that are suspended in air. So this disordered motion of particles of dust is because they are constantly hit. They are constantly hit by the moving particles of air. They are constantly hit by moving particles of air. Now let us study about this characteristic. The particles of matter are constantly moving. Like when we lit an incense stick, when we lit an incense stick, when we light an incense stick in a room, so its fragrance spreads quickly. Its fragrance spreads quickly in the whole room. Spreads quickly in the whole room. Now this can be explained as when incense sticks are burnt, they produces gases or vapors. That are having pleasant smell. They produces gases or vapors that are having pleasant smell. That are having pleasant smell or pleasant fragrance. And the particles of gases or vapors that are produced by burning of incense stick, they keeps on moving and gets mixed with the moving particles of air. They gets mixed with the moving particles of air and spreads in the whole room and when the vapors or gases from the incense stick reaches our nose, when the vapors or gases produced by burning of incense stick reaches our nose, we can smell its fragrance. If suppose the particles of incense stick, if the particles of gases produced by burning of incense stick and the particles of air were not moving, then we cannot smell the fragrance of incense stick from a distance. So this shows that the particles of matter are constantly moving.